evening. I'm Joe Tessitore alongside Teddy Atlas, and we welcome you to the Thomas and Mack Center just off the Vegas Strip for tonight's main event. 12 rounds of welterweight action between these two great warriors. Julio Chavez is coming down to the ring right now, and he does so with a certain gamesmanship, putting forth that attitude to his opponent, telling him, I'm the man, and I know it. He's coming down to the ring now, and what a nice reception as he is completely focused in on his goal tonight.
Fighting out of the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Julio Chavez and his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner, the Beast.
Well, we went over the rules in the dressing room. Have any questions?
Just the opening round of 12 scheduled for tonight's bout.
Teddy, most of the fighters that you train throughout your career are guys that could be described as this, guys that really will bring it and are able to do it throughout the whole fight and go the distance. What's the mental makeup of a guy like that?
Confidence. He's been there before. He's sure that he can do it.
There it is! Chavez is on the bad end of a flush, solid hook. Trading hooks. Well-placed counterpunch by Chavez. You can see that eye starting to swell up. Do you think it takes time for guys to realize the damage that they've taken on?
You know what? They feel it right away. They feel something, and when it starts getting a little higher, they see it. They see something that's blurring their vision a little bit, something that wasn't there before.
Protecting his head well with his guard. Halfway through this round.
Teddy, everybody has the imprint of where they came from. In the case of Julio Chavez, the son of a railroad worker, and he grew up in an abandoned railroad car among 9 siblings.
Yeah, and that's going to serve him in his pro career because he didn't have much of an amateur background, so facing things, difficult things, making choices will help him become a fighter.
And what a clever combination by Chavez. If I'm his opponent, I look at that eye and I say, that's the magic button. Keep going right there, touch it, touch it, touch it, and we could get a stoppage here.
Well, you're not wrong, but also it could work the other way to your detriment. You could be looking for that spot so much that now you're throwing one punch at a time. You're looking just for that. You're not doing the other things. You're not using the jab to set it up. You're not going to the body. And maybe you actually allow your opponent to survive longer because he could see that one shot coming. He could avoid that one shot.
Last 10 seconds. We come to the end of the round. A round that I'm having a tough time trying to think about who won. I can only imagine what the judges are thinking about. Teddy, if there's one thing you look for in a round like that and say, okay, I'm going to give it to this guy over this guy, what is it?
Well, the first thing is, if I'm a judge, I take a little notepad and I make a little mark down blue or red corner what he did early. Because sometimes a judge has a tendency to forget what was done early and only go with what went late.
Nice. You can't handle the speed. It's too much for him. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Here we go. Round 2 is underway. Oh! Chavez is crushed by a big left hand. A crafty counterpunch after a fine defensive effort by the Beast.
Obviously, the style of a Mexican warrior was well cemented before he made his run. But do you think he really promoted that concept, that idea of what it is to be a great Mexican fighter?
Yeah, and I thought he brought it to other dimensions, too. He wasn't just left hook. He was left hook, he was right hand, he was technically sound. A lot of times with the Mexican fighters, you thought about heart, but not the technique. He gave you both.
Chavez's swelling is starting to become a real issue. Good block by the Beast. Good counter punch. 90 seconds to go here in this round. That's great stuff. He fires one right back after taking one. Gotta love the work by Julio Cesar Chavez. Frustrating his opponent with great defense. Chavez is now in a position where he may not even realize it, but the eye is getting worse. Still, he fights on.
He behaves like a fighter. And that's the greatest asset you have. It's not your jab, it's not your hook, it's not your power, it's not your footwork. It's your ability to behave like a fighter when you have to. He's doing that right now.
Chavez has got a bad cut now that's opened up on his cheek. The Beast's cheek is cut, and you can see it's opening up now. Boy, that could be a factor later on. Good block there by Julio Cesar Chavez. Final 10 seconds of round number 2.
Teddy, little Chavez trivia. He holds the record for the most successful defense of a world title with 27 and the most world title fights with 37. Anything dealing with longevity is going to fall into a category that he's going to dominate.
Yeah, again, his strengths were not in one category where you say, you know, he's just scintillating in speed or scintillating even in power. But there was so many things he did well. He had a great chin. He was a good body puncher. He was very, very reliable.
You don't use it enough.
And round number 3 is underway. Not able to connect with the uppercut. A headshot blocked. Chavez is showing you a little defensive skill there, able to move away from that punch. Dismisses his opponent's headshot.
Chavez is now battling two opponents. The guy standing opposite him trying to punch him, and his eyes swelling.
Yeah, he can't see what's coming at him right now.
Takes one, gives one. The right hand scores well. Scores with the combo to the head. What a good counter punch by Chavez. How is he taking these kind of shots and just dismissing them? What a chin on this guy.
Yeah, well, what a neck on him. Look at that neck. I mean, it's about 19 inches. That is the shock absorber. But the rest of it is he's seeing it. He has good vision. He sees the shots coming, and he's making up his mind they're not taking him anywhere.
Now he's getting into a groove. You can tell he just landed a three-punch combination. He takes a shot and then commits to giving one right back.
Teddy, why is it in boxing that there are so many distinct styles that are defined by geography or culture or ethnicity, where we have a Mexican-styled fighter, an Eastern European, upright fighter, an American-styled fighter? Why is that?
Because you are influenced by your surroundings, by the temperament of the people in your surroundings. Aggressive people, aggressive style. Very thoughtful people, people that are very cerebral, well, you're going to have a defensive style. You're going to have a very careful style. It's going to fit right in.
Here we go with the fourth round. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Able to defend and then go on the offensive. Undoubtedly, the most effective element of his entire arsenal tonight is his jab. He's so committed to fighting on the outside, and he's jabbing away beautiful.
Well, Cus D'Amato used to tell me, Teddy, when you're in doubt, jab. Well, this fighter, when he's been in doubt, he's jabbed. When he's been sure of himself, he's jabbed. As you said, he's made a jab fest of this all night long.
And a good counter by Julio Cesar Chavez. Good looking counter punch. Halfway through this round here.
What do you think the right time is to stop a fight under circumstances like this? I mean, the swelling around the eye is getting really bad.
Well, part of it is he getting caught with punches clean that he wouldn't be getting caught with if the eye wasn't in that condition. That's where you start right there. Is his defense been impaired that much to that degree?
Nice block by Chavez. He got hit. Oh, now the uppercut. staying away from those headshots with his defense up top. So they close out that round. Joe and Teddy with you ringside. Teddy, I know you watch very closely how these trainers go about their business. You were under the tutelage of one of the true legends of the game, the great Customato.
Yeah, I mean, I was fortunate. Quite honestly, those opportunities, situations probably don't exist anymore because we've lost a lot of those, you know, really great trainers and managers that boxing was their whole life. I spent 7 years with Customato, and I learned the nuts and bolts from a physical, technical point of view of what's important to give to a fighter, but the psychological part. To understand the pressures that a fighter is under, the fears that a fighter deals with. And if you don't understand that, all the other things don't mean anything, because you have to understand how a fighter's feeling to understand why he's behaving or not behaving a certain way.
A headshot blocked. I would assume there has to come a point in this fight where he has to make the commitment to throw the power punches. It's hard to envision a way he's going to win this fight without going down that road.
He doesn't have the confidence to do it. I don't know if he's mentally strong enough to do it. I think he's worried about throwing hard at the guy because maybe in his mind that means the guy will throw hard back at him.
Nice block by Chavez. Showing you some defense there with the block. Some fine fundamentals, good counterpunch.
Nice mousetrap there, he let him in beautifully. He didn't use G's, he used distance.
The Beast's proving here that you can't hit what you can't reach. You see the movement he's putting forth.
Yeah, he's using his legs real well. He's controlling range. He's just not allowing his opponent to get into the punching distance he needs.
This is great stuff. I mean, great stuff. Bringing it every which way they are.
Joe, you remember the time you were on a vacation, you saw that perfect sunset?
Oh, yeah.
It was just beautiful. This is beautiful.
A little give and take, and here comes the left hand. Targeted counterpunch by the Beast from the east. Able to dismiss his opponent's shot, and then comes back with an uppercut. Teddy, you know what I'm so impressed by? Obviously, the pace of this fight is just ridiculous, but how hungry these guys are, how badly each guy wants it.
Joe, this is the kind of fight that it has nothing to do about money. It has everything to do about legacy, how they're going to be remembered.
Wow! Chavez is in bad shape.
Come on, work it out.
Blocks the headshot. The Beast's cut is on the cheek, and you can see that it's bothering him a bit right now. That's something we'll keep our eye on. This has been a hotly contested war throughout, and you just have a sense that it's going to end at any moment in these later rounds.
Yeah, these guys are not saving anything. They're going for broke right from the beginning.
Keep your hands up, all right? You're not protecting yourself.
They start up again, back to action here with another round, but who knows how much longer it'll last. This has been a completely one-sided fight. There's the headshot, but he parries it away. Now that's some fine work right there by Julio Cesar Chavez. Chavez Chavez's opponent's probably looking at him right now saying, wow, you're not changing anything up. You know, he got to him moments ago. Now he's got the same style that he's looking at again.
Yeah, but he got to him moments ago. Got to him one time. I think right now it's too early to all of a sudden throw everything out the window. But look for an adjustment if things don't change. If he can't get away from those punches, if he keeps having problems, he gets stunned again, then you might have to look for a change. You might have to make a change if you're going to survive.
A nice, crisp hook after a fine defensive effort. He had his eyes set on the uppercut, but was unable to land it. Chavez's box is not going to the body at all. He'd be so well served to do it, though, Teddy.
Yeah, but his opponent doesn't want him to. So, you know, he doesn't want to go against what his opponent doesn't want him to do. Because his opponent would love him to keep throwing to the head because, you know, he can see those coming. He can move and avoid them. Body shots, you know, your head moves, but your body doesn't.
Well-placed counter punch by Julio Cesar Chavez. Great movement to get away from those punches. Where there's a spot that his opponent doesn't want to be in, you see him backing him up against the ropes, putting him in position against the ropes. Able to block that away. It was targeted for his head. So swiftly able to turn defense into offense. Nice counter punch.
And what you're noticing here is his opponent is starting to be a little wary of letting his jab go because every time he jabs, he gets caught.
Let's work on that swell. All right, bang the head and the body. Upstairs, upstairs, downstairs. Over and over again. Upstairs, downstairs. Get the compress on. Get the compress on. And let's work on the swelling. Let's work on the swelling.
6 rounds in the books. 6 to go. Nice strike after catching one by Julio Cesar Chavez. Parries that punch intended for the head. Super 2-punch combo by Julio Cesar Chavez. Nice block by the Beast. Not able to land the headshot. Teddy, this is one of those moments where you just wish you could pick up the phone and call up the world and say, tune in. Everybody should be watching this, right?
I have a cell phone. I might do that right now.
Start dialing. land that upstairs and was off the mark. Nothing there on the punch by Chavez. Good block there by Chavez. Hey, did you see that right there? Devastating blow by the Beast. He took a shot, but he gives one of his own. A left hand scores. Chavez is now in a spot that many fighters have faced numerous times, and that is, how do you deal with seeing your own blood and knowing that you have incurred some serious damage? Look at that cut around the eye.
No, for a fighter to be able to move to the top, he's got to be tested in a lot of areas. Sometimes the test comes when he's hurt. He's hit on the chin. He's dropped for the first time. Sometimes the test comes when you drop the other guy and he gets up and he comes at you. And sometimes the test comes in the form of a cut. When you see your first blood, when you see it, that it's your blood, how do you behave? We're going to find out right now.
Good. Keep your hands up, all right?
The action starts up again, but it's only favored one man. Hard to see this fight going the distance based on what we've witnessed so far.
Hands up, keep your hands up, keep your hands up. Some more head percent out of the way.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Big headshot puts him down. Rises to his feet, but now some questions to be answered.
Well, the old-timers would say you've never seen a fighter tested till they've been on the floor. Going down is one part. When you get up, what do you do? Not just get up. What do you do now?
Lands flush with the combination upstairs. Oh, and he's got something for him himself, and it's a left hand. Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark. Chavez's night is now starting to snowball downhill on him. Things haven't been going well. He's taken some big shots, and he's behind on the scorecards.
Now, right now, he needs to look for a trick, a little bit of a spot. He's not going to win the fight with his jab. It's too late for that. He's not going to win it by putting punches together to the body on the inside. He needs to find a way to land a big shot, and I think it can happen. It can happen with a left hook when his opponent throws that uppercut. Maybe just time him and catch him with that perfect shot.
Great fight. I mean, just a great fight. Both guys giving their all back and forth.
It doesn't get much better.
Use the jab, people.
Able to dismiss his opponent's shot and then comes back with an uppercut. Nice block by the Beast from the east. And that's what fighters do. Pulls the trigger right away after taking one. End of the round. a round in which a knockdown was scored. Now, Teddy, if you're the trainer in the corner of the guy scoring the knockdown, what are some of the things you want to remind him of?
You want to remind him how he got there, because a lot of times it's the tendency to just remember the punch that put him there. He dressed him up. He set that punch up. Don't think about just the punch that landed. Think about the setup punches.
Good fighting is good, okay? Don't fight his fight. All right, all right.
He's got to find a way to get through the early goings here of this round. Remember last round, he went down. He was on the canvas.
Now, look, he wants to tie his opponent up. That's the best way to get through it right now. But what he doesn't want to do, Joe, is to reach in there, reach out to grab his guy, and then he leaves himself open. He's got to make sure that his opponent's close enough where he goes to grab him, he's not exposing himself to get dropped again.
The Beast's in a real tough spot now. There's no doubt about it that the eye has worsened. That cut is really looking ugly right here. What does he have to think about right now? Is it time to just take the realization that, hey, this fight could end at any moment?
Yeah, well, there's two things to that. First of all, the cutman's done his job. He's put the coagulants in there. Now he has to give them time to work. He's got to be elusive. He can't get hit on it for a little while. But also, he has to find a way for offense to stem the tide, to keep the opponent from just walking right in.
Not going to be allowed to continue on. He was taking on much too much damage.
No, it was a matter of time, Joe. Actually, I was looking at the corner. They were starting to sneak up the steps, because if the referee didn't stop it, they were ready to stop it.
He's your winner by TKO.
Joe, I like a night where you see a guy